She had invited me to her company's rooftop celebration, and then stayed silent while another man ridiculed me before the entire crowd. Liam Reynolds was never built for chandeliers or skyline parties. His world was grease, grit, and honesty, the kind that came from running a respected auto shop on Chicago's South Side. Glitzy gatherings weren't his scene, but that evening, he went because of Vanessa. She had poured weeks into getting ready, dresses, shoes, hair, the kind of attention she hadn't given herself in years. Liam noticed the effort but didn't grasp its meaning. The rooftop shimmered beneath string lights stretched across the night sky. Waiters wove between clusters of tailored suits and high heels, balancing trays filled with champagne and hors d'oeuvres. Liam stayed at the fringe of it all, quiet, holding a drink he never sipped. Vanessa, on the other hand, was radiant. She moved through the crowd like she belonged to the stars, laughing, smiling, captivating everyone's attention. She barely glanced his way. Liam told himself she was just trying to make a good impression among her coworkers. Maybe that was all it was. But there was something in the air, the looks, the whispers, the smug little smiles, that hinted at something deeper, something cruel. Then she approached, another man beside her. Taller. Smooth. Cocky. Austin, she said lightly, introducing him. Liam noticed how close the man stood, as if her personal space was already his. So you're the husband. Austin smirked. Heard plenty about you. Before Liam could respond, Austin added, I'll be taking her for a dance. No question, just confidence. Vanessa touched Austin's arm, her lips curved in a soft smile. You don't need his permission, she whispered. And she went with him. It wasn't flirtation. It was a knife. Liam's chest burned as he watched them disappear into the crowd. Her body molded against Austin's like they'd done it 100 times before. His hands gripped her waist with a sense of ownership. She didn't pull away, she leaned closer. The world seemed to slow. Conversations dimmed. Phones came up. Then Austin turned toward Liam, met his eyes, and deliberately slid his hand beneath Vanessa's blouse, slow, mocking, intentional. The glass slipped from Liam's hand, shattering against the floor. He took a step forward, his voice calm but burning from within. Get your hands off my wife. Music stopped. Heads turned. Austin smirked. What are you gonna do, tough guy? She's not your property. Liam didn't argue. He simply drew his jacket back enough to reveal the holster on his hip, not a threat, just a statement, I'm not helpless. Step away, he said evenly. Vanessa froze. Her lips trembled, guilt flashing in her eyes for just a heartbeat. But Austin couldn't leave it alone. Maybe she just likes a real man, he sneered, instead of some washed-up grease monkey. Something inside Liam snapped. One step, one punch, Austin dropped hard, crashing into a glass table. The crowd gasped. Some even clapped. Security rushed forward. Austin stayed down, clutching his bleeding face. Then Vanessa turned on Liam, her voice sharp and furious. What is wrong with you? You embarrassed me. Liam blinked, still stunned. He touched you, he said quietly. And you're angry at me? But she didn't stop. Her fury poured out, accusing him of ruining the night, humiliating her, destroying everything. The truth, though, had already settled between them. Their marriage hadn't cracked that night, it had ended. Days later, everything came out. Vanessa and Austin had been having an affair for nearly a year. That rooftop party wasn't a celebration, it was their stage, their twisted reveal. Most of her colleagues already knew. Some had even cheered it on. Liam had been the only one blind to it. The video spread fast. Austin was fired almost instantly, his public display too reckless to ignore. Vanessa's career collapsed soon after. Clients withdrew. Her office distanced itself. The shine she'd worked so hard to project vanished overnight. Liam didn't rage. He didn't beg. He didn't plot revenge. He filed for divorce that same week. The evidence was undeniable. The court sided with him. So did everyone who'd seen the footage. The scene she'd meant as a power play became her downfall. Months later, Liam looks back, not with anger, but with clarity. That night wasn't about betrayal alone. It was about how easily she could erase him, how little effort it took for her to make him invisible. He understands now, love without respect is just control dressed up as devotion. Anyone who shames you in public never truly valued you in private. That night, Liam says, wasn't my ending. It was my beginning. The night I walked away was the night I found myself again. And if this story sounds familiar, remember, self-worth isn't something you wait to be given. You choose it. You protect it.